Chairman, Retail and Sales Division, Prudential, Douglas Elliman. Faith, Hope Consolo. Hi, how are you?
Hi, good afternoon, Paul. I'm fine. How are you?
Beautiful. You're so fortunate. Your first name, I guess middle name, Faith and Hope. And you actually, having looked at some of the things that you've done in your life, it's in your character to be a positive-minded person. We're going to talk today about the Georges Malaika Foundation, which is for women in studying in the Congo. And you were at, I guess, unable to make that event that night. But I wanted to include you because you're so important for this. And so,
thank you.
Why are you involved with that foundation?
Oh, I think that they have such an important cause. I've always worked, with children and been mentoring, although I have no children myself. And I feel that their efforts to bring the opportunities to those in the Congo and nurture these women so that they will have choices and be able to have an education and be able to have a better lifestyle, whatever that could mean. And that means just a departure from them being closed off from so many wonderful things. And I became involved through a friend in the arts. The arts is really what I love, and we support many ventures in the arts, and they came to speak to me, and I said, well, this isn't unlike what we've done with other organizations here locally and some others globally, and why can't I help them reach into another world that can bring this opportunity? I just think we all have to support and nurture each other. And whether that would be volunteer or just writing a check, people have to do it in whatever way they feel that can contribute. I know everything takes time, but you know what? Busy people have more time than everyone else. They find time for things they love. People say to me, Faith, when are you doing all this charity work? And I say, I don't know, 1 or 2 in the morning. Don't you get my emails? They want to take away all my phones and equipment, but I feel this way. I feel that we have to give back life and a future. Everything's about new beginnings. That's why I love springtime. Spring is always about new beginnings and starting things, and I think it's important. Children graduate, and others move on. Education, foundation. They go together. Education, foundation.
Well, education is obviously very important to you. You've been involved with NYU, with Wharton, with Parsons, and
yes, that's true.
Educating women. Also, I know we'll talk later. You're in so many organizations, and where do you think that stems from?
Well, I think I'm an orphan. My father died when I was 2.
Wow.
My mother died when I was 12.
Wow.
And I'm sorry. And I was brought up by my grandmother, and she thought education was very important. And I feel very lucky that I was able to go to school. I studied in Paris, and I traveled extensively as a teenager. I was in college at about 16. I was very advanced. And even then, abroad, we were able to work with some children. I lived with a French family, I lived with an Italian family, I lived with a German family, and while I was studying, I was tutoring young children on reading and writing in the surrounding neighborhoods that were much poorer than where I was located. And then I was tutoring mentally challenged children, and I thought this was so exciting. And the funny thing is, I have no children, so the charities are my children.
And
these are my children.
They're very fortunate charities, and we're all together. We're all brothers and sisters.
I think we
our
are.
belief.
I think we are. Every race, every color. It's just all of us together. I like when they call me their sister. It makes it. And I've met some of the children that have come here from these different parts of the world, and from 8 to 18. And they're all so interesting. This is what makes us culturally enriched.
Wouldn't it be beautiful for some one of these Congo students to come here and work with Prudential?
This would be wonderful. We have an intern program where I Actually, our intern program now for my retail department runs all year round. Before, we just used to take interns for the summer. I've taken them from schools across the country and across Europe, but this would be wonderful because they could come, one of the children could work in the office, one of the girls, we could show them how life is here in New York, the different cultures, we could show them the different disciplines of real estate. If we take them here, they can learn residential, they can learn commercial, they can learn how the city works and how different and what the future could bring for them. This is my third career, so
This is your third career.
That's right. I have knowledge to give to them. I had 2 other careers. This is my best career.
I've read you were an instructor. I mean, you.
No, I was a model. I had a modeling company. After that, I had an interior design company. And all of this brings great knowledge and that we can share it with someone else. But I love the intern program.
It's all beautiful. Your company does a lot of good in the community.
Well,
it's important.
I think it is important. We support a lot of causes, and just recently we endowed some scholarships, starting with NYU, the Shack Institute, and the School of Real Estate. In fact, I was the first speaker there, and I was very involved encouraging them to do this. And actually, I started the scholarship program for the Association of Real Estate Women when I was president in 1992, and we raised enough money to give scholarships for the next 20 years.
Hey.
And on our scholarship program from the Association of Real Estate Women, we not only gave scholarships to young girls, we gave scholarships to women returning to work, trying to find new careers. And the interesting thing is, our first scholarship recipient went on to become president of the organization and now is a major executive in real estate here in New York City.
Yay,
Yes.
another win.
Another graduate, another star for taking care of people. So it's not just the young, it's everyone. We do this in our other charities too, people that are less fortunate, people that have great careers and then they're out of work. They have families, and then they're estranged from their families. You have to provide some love. Put your arms around the world a little bit.
Reach out and touch someone.
Absolutely.
What's good news for you?
Good news for me is that good news for me is good health. Good news for me is good health, and because I think that we have so many tragedies around us and so many people we work with. And just last night I was at a different charity event. I was telling you, the Amy Winehouse Foundation, and I was sitting with some very, very important people in the music industry, and many, many have lost friends to poor health. And I think no matter what money you have, what success, if you don't have good health, I think that's the most important. I tell everybody, you can always make money, you can always find something to work, something to do, but nobody can buy good health.
Thank you very much for sharing good news with us.
My pleasure.